It's time for Lander Valley basketball on County 10.
McFadden takes it herself, almost loses it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. McFadden tries to drive in, kick out the goggles, launches the three. Can she hit that buzzer? It does!
Broadcasting on County 10's YouTube page and KOE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
It was looking for the pass for Washburn on the cut. Lincoln bounce pass to 6B. He'll launch the three. That three is good.
Coming up, the Porter's Tailgate Show. You'll hear about today's matchup, catch up with LVHS Athletics, and hear a pregame interview with the coaches.
Give it to St. Clair. St. Clair. Lincoln. Three. Good! She has 12 in the ball game. And as inbound will go to Bell. Bell's going to pass it off to McFadden. Bounce pass it off to Whalen. Launches the three. That one will go in, and the Tigers will break the lid off the basket.
It all starts in 30 minutes. Now sending you to the hardwood, bringing you today's action. The voice of the Lander Valley Tigers is Wyatt Barichka.
And a good afternoon live inside Bearcat Gym, where it's a top 5 matchup in Class 3A. It's the number 5 ranked team in Class 3A, the Lady Tigers, taking on the Lady Cats from Douglas, as they are the host team of this contest. Good afternoon, folks. Wyatt Barichka here live on the County 10 Sports Network. Again, we are only streaming video of this game because of the Denver Broncos game playing on KOVE, so we're just video for this one. Well, it's the final game of the Douglas Classic, and what better way to end it off with Douglas versus Lander, as right now the Lady Tigers kind of been struggling against the Lady Bearcats as of recently. You have to go all the way back to 2009 on March 5th, where the Lady Tigers last got their win against Douglas, according to Max Preps. It will be the 26th meeting since 2006. Douglas leads it 22-3. Yes, I said that correctly. 22-3. According to Max Preps, with the series against them right now. As Lander is right now currently 1-1 in the Classic. Douglas is 2-0. Douglas looking for the sweep, as Douglas made this Classic a little bit earlier than expected. They got a 71-20 victory over Burns, which pushed the games a little bit up earlier, and kind of surprised this game's not starting at 4:30, because it is a home, technically, I mean, in a sense it's a neutral game, but it is a home game for Douglas, and I bet you want to get your fans out here for this one right now. They're currently on the side that we're on. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show. It's brought to you by Porter's MVS. They're a proud sponsor of Fremont County Athletics. Make sure you stop in. They have everything you need, from new installs, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's Mountain View Supply. We're going to get right into head coach Drew Powell's interview, is because, again, I did not think this game was going to start as early as it is. So with that, let's get into that pregame interview right now. Currently experiencing a couple of technical difficulties. We're going to get there in just a moment, but we're going to get starting lineups as well after this pregame interview with head coach Drew Powell. And the one thing he told me after the Wheatland game is, I want to see the team compete. That was pretty much his exact quotes. I want to see the team compete, and that is the case right now. So with that, let's see if we can get connected here on our pregame interview with head coach Drew Powell. Again, we're still experiencing the connection from the phone to the audio board in this one. And you figure this is kind of different in a sense for us, is we're still working on that right now. So with that, let's get into his interview right now.
Powell, the Lady Tigers, first off, coach, just tough one right there. I mean, it was mostly just aggressive defense from Wheatland. What did you see in that one that kind of had your eyes popping a little bit?
It really just came down to breaking that press, and it was we just weren't patient with it when we should have been patient with it. You can really just push that 2-2-1 back if you're just patient, but we decided not to be most of the time. But that's just our age and our inexperience. We just need to learn from it. And then just competing through all 4 quarters of a game. I think we competed really well at some times, but every once in a while it we just weren't getting back on defense or weren't pushing the ball in transition when we should have been. And then even just looking at the basket when we catch the ball sometimes, we were kind of okay with just being windshield wipers across the three-point line rather than trying to get it inside.
I was going to say, another performance where you guys it looked like you guys were kind of just throwing up shots, hoping they would go in. Kind of maybe what was your message to the team after that game and a tough one?
I just told them it's more about how we respond right now. These early season games don't really mean a lot. We're just kind of getting a figure on what we are and who we are, and then trying to make improvements upon it. They're in a new system. Everything's new to them. So we're really just trying to get all the kinks figured out right now, and then just go compete for 4 quarters. I think that's one of the biggest things we've struggled at this weekend. I think we did a better job of it last weekend, but it just comes down to competing for 4 quarters.
Yeah, a couple of players were dinged up in that one. Just kind of what's the status on the athletes that were kind of dinged up in that last game?
I think they're all right. We'll see when it comes to game time kind of how they're feeling. I know one was a rolled ankle. The other one landed on her hip, and it just wasn't feeling very good. So we'll just see how she feels it right before the game and see if she's ready to go or not.
Yeah, and Coach, I think the one word is Douglas. Doesn't get any easier. They've been the team that everybody's been trying to go for, and they just put up another 50-point win over Burns. But what have you seen of Douglas so far this weekend, and kind of what's going to be the emphasis for this one?
I think it's just come out and compete. I know that they compete. It's kind of their culture here, and they just play hard. So if we can come out and compete and play hard, I think we can walk away with our heads up, regardless of the outcome. But really, we just need to come compete. I know we're tired, but we'll see how that goes.
How important because this is the last game before, a couple weeks off. So how important is it to just maybe kind of fine-tune and get things that you want to get fine-tuned before going into the break?
I think it's more about just getting experience right now. We can fine-tune and practice through break and get those things kind of resolved a little bit. And then we'll have another tough schedule, I'm sure, in Rollins when we come back. But really, it's just go out, compete, and we'll see where we're at and then put it on film and be able to go and adjust and fix things from there.
All right, Coach, I appreciate your time. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Drew Powell's the starting lineups getting announced here. We'll start with the Lady Tigers. Are in their road green uniforms, black numbers, black letters, Lander across their uniforms, trimmed in white. It looks like this a different starting lineup. Number 2, Kendall McFadden, followed by Kiara Lincoln, number 4. Number 13, Zoe Mulholland. And after that is number 24, Kiara Friday, and number 32, Hayden Goggles. For the Lady Bearcats, it looks like this. Number 1, Leah Ewing, followed by Kayla Starkey. Number 13, Lauren Olsen, a name you're going to hear quite a bit today. Number 21, Molly Parker, and number 44, Jill Ferdig. If you don't know that name, got Allison Ferdig, the University of Wyoming, as that is the Porter's Tailgate Show. Big thanks to Perfect Power as well. This is Friday going to go into the center circle, matched up with Jaden Myers, so they did change the starting lineup on me, was Douglas, and we are underway here for the final game of the Douglas Classic here. As Parker will hand it off. That's going to be no good. Rebounded there by the Lady Tigers, as that shot was taken by Meyer. Rebound it was to Friday, and just like that, Lander has a chance to get on the board first, and we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to favor Lander. So we're trying to fix the arrow. The scores table was, it should be Lander basketball. It'll be Goggles to inbound it. Out of bounds is Lauren Olsen, who poked it out. So, yes, they did change the starting lineup on me. It's Jaden Meyer who got the start, as inbound will go to Lincoln. She'll go to the far side, but it gets poked out, and then Douglas will poke it out again. It's going to be stolen by Wright. Wright will put up the shot, and it's in and good, and Douglas will take an early 2-0 lead over Lander. First quarter of action getting started a little bit earlier. If you are tuned in and we're noticing folks might be expecting the game at 4:30. We started a little bit early here, as Olsen will pass it off to Parker, as that shot's going to be put in by Olsen on the rebound putback. And it makes it now 4-0, as Douglas is the home team in this contest. Mulholland on the left side will go around the arc with it. Picks up her dribble, looks for somebody to give it off to, and that's going to be almost stolen again by Douglas as right in this one. Something to note in this game, Douglas hasn't surrendered 25 points at all this season. So they are good on both sides of the court. They won 71-20 earlier today. McFadden will give it off to Friday at the Bearcat logo. Friday almost gets that stolen. Does keep her control, though. Bounce pass to Mulholland. Mulholland will give it off to Lincoln. As Lincoln will swing it now to Ian Goggles. It's stolen by Olsen. It's the second turnover by Lady Tigers. Olsen going to take herself to the left side. It's no good. It will get her own rebound. And we're going to have a foul as I believe this is going to go against Douglas. That is the case. Olsen will pick up her first foul. Team's first. Last year, the boys on this court shocked number 1 Douglas. The Lady Tigers now trying to do that as well. As we're going to get another foul on Douglas. I think this one is going to go against Meyer. It does. If you haven't heard the name Cody Hellenbolt, 2002 graduate from Lander Valley. And I'll tell you about his record here in just a moment as that's out of bounds. Turnover to the Lady Tigers. To tell you how successful he's been as the Lady Bearcats head coach, 235 wins before going into this tournament. He's only lost 28 games in his 11th season as that shot is put up by Meyer for the score, and Douglas is on a 6-0 run to start this ball game. Mulholland comes to the top of the arc. And she was looking for that cut pass to McFadden. Can't do so, so he'll hand it off to Lincoln. Lincoln getting heavily guarded. Oh, look to hand it off to Goggles. Got to watch out, though, for the backcourt violation. As that's going to also be stolen. Douglas has got a 2-on-0. As Wright will put it in for 2. And this is how Douglas... This is Douglas basketball. They're going to play aggressive both sides of the court. Douglas has only got 4 on the bench as well. Goggles drive in, looking for the first point. She'll put up the floater shot, no good. Friday with the rebound. That was just the first shot attempt from Lander in this one. 5:20 to play, 8-0 your score. First quarter action. As Mulholland looks to make a post move, she'll throw up the shot, get her own rebound, look to put it in on the right side, and she will. Zoe Mulholland with the first points for Lander today. And it now makes it 8-2. Olsen shot, left side, no good. Furtick with the rebound, put back attempt. That's going to be no good. And Joe Furtick will go to the line and shoot 2. If you're on the YouTube channel, feel free to chime in. We'll give shout outs throughout this broadcast. Furtick at the line to shoot 2. Accidentally gave him an extra point there as the first free throw is in. Makes this a 7-point lead. So Alicia Carasota checks in for the Lady Tigers here. First substitution of the ball game. Verdict for free throw number 2 is no good. Friday tries to come up with the rebound, and they're going to say jump ball. As possession arrow does favor Douglas in this case. Olsen will inbound it on the right side or the left side. Douglas is going right to left. Furtick's shot's no good. Friday will come up with her 4th rebound in the ball game. Carasona will look in. She'll be fouled. He's going to be on the not on the shot as Carasona didn't make an attempt at a shot. Was looking to pass it out. Goggles will inbound it for the Lady Tigers. We're going to get a substitution here as Meyer's going to check in for Douglas. Moments ago, Andrea Lipe checked in for Douglas. Goggles looks for Mulholland. Nice pass, and that goes in as Mulholland has both scores for Lander Valley. Makes this 9-4 now, 5-point lead here. Right, kick out to Olsen, matched up by McFadden. Olsen will try to drive it up the middle. Will tuck it in and put up the layup, and that's going to be good as Olsen's got 4 points. 11-4 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Goggles going to try to hand off to Friday, left side. Crossover. Looks to drive in. We'll give it back to Goggles. Goggles will back up here, reset the offense, pass it off to McFadden on the right side. McFadden's going to get fouled, and they're going to get right on the foul. That will be her first. As for some reason, I got my stat sheet mixed up here, so we'll leave it at that. Substitution did come in for Lander Valley. Sandra St. Clair is checked in. As Carasona will pull up just shy of the free throw line. That's going to be no good. Olsen will come up with the rebound. Right now, Lander not having attempted a three yet. Out of bounds. Turnover for Douglas. First turnover of the day. Yes, we're going to get a 30-second timeout from Douglas. 30-second timeout. We will actually keep it here. Apologies. We gave that to Lander. Is actually on Douglas. Big thanks to Perfect Power and Electric and Lander Sports, our athletes on and off the field. They sponsor our live stream. Give them a call today, 307-332-7184. Also, big thanks to Myers Gambles, your replay sponsor tonight on Main Street in Lander. It's decided to cheer on our student athletes. Gambles has winning deals, and remember, delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store. That does include the town of Riverton. Turn around, shop in town. So early on, you're already seeing what Douglas is capable of. Got to bring the pressure and try to get easy scores. That's kind of been what I've seen in this classic. Again, Douglas hasn't even surrendered 30 points in a game this season. The highest one so far has been 21 yesterday against Level here. Inbound will go to Goggles, and she will bring it up. She is matched there by Lipe. Goggles, left side, give it off to St. Clair. St. Clair had Garrison on the cut. She elected to, doesn't do so, though. St. Clair matched up by Starkey. McFadden now. Back out to Carasona. Pump pick the shot. We'll back up to the arc. Reset the offense here. Douglas playing man-to-man. Friday has an open shot from the elbow. Off the backboard and in. And Friday is on the board for the first time in this game. It's back to a 5-point lead for the Lady Bearcats. Olsen. Deep three. Shot connects. And yes, like I said, you're going to hear that name quite a bit today. 14-4 now, or 14-6, excuse me. Garrisona gives it the pass to McFadden. Nice backdoor play there from McFadden. Makes the move and will get the points. Back to a 6-point game. Drive from Olsen has two Lady Tigers, and doesn't even matter. She puts it in. It's now an 8-point lead for Douglas. Friday goes around two screens. Gonna find somebody here before the 5-second call. Gives it off to McFadden. We'll bring it up here. McFadden crossover. Now we'll move over to the right side. Loses the basketball. Turn over by Lander. Olsen comes up with it. She'll try to take it herself. Foul will go against Hayden Goggles. That'll be her first. Team's second of the ball game. So we'll have Goggles pick up her first foul. Douglas has 14 fouls. Olsen at the line already has 9 points. And make that now 10. She's just a junior as well. She surpassed the 1,000-point mark in her sophomore season. And right now she is already in double-digit points. Shot 2 from the free throw line is good. Makes it a 10-point lead, and we got a substitution here for Douglas, as Macy Engel has checked in for the first time today. Still first quarter, 2:14 to go. Douglas will come up with the steal. Here's a shot from Molly Parker. That's going to be no good, and it's going to go off of Douglas. And it will stay with Lander Valley here. 2:07 to play. 18-8 Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Douglas bringing the front court pressure, looking for somebody. Give it off now to Lincoln. Lincoln goes all the way to the baseline. Got to find somebody. She's matched up there by Meyer. As Lincoln will get fouled. Gia Meyer on the foul. That will be her second. And that should be bonus for Lander. And they will line up for it. Lincoln going to go to the free throw line, looking for her first points of this one. Big thanks to Baldwin Creek Rental Center. Lander has everything covered from equipment rental to party supplies. Check it at 675 Baldwin Creek Road. As the first free throw is missed by Lincoln. And big thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor. Second free throw does go in, so it makes it now 18-9. Olsen will bring it over the timeline. Swinging it out to the left side is Engel. Will drive in left side. Here's the shot. She'll be fouled. Mullen keeps her arms in the air, saying, I was in the cylinder, and Mullen will pick up her second foul. So she's already got 2 fouls in this first quarter. Head coach Drew Powell is going to like to keep her out there. First free throw from Engel is no good. Second free throw up and good. So it makes it now back to a 10-point lead. Lincoln with the basketball will bring it up for Lander. Give it off to Goggles. Almost loses it on the right side. Douglas trying to create the trap, and we're going to get a jump ball. Lander will get the possession arrow. Already Lander 4 of 7. Douglas 7 of 13 shooting today. Douglas' biggest lead's been 10. 1:35 to play here in quarter number 1. Goggles will inbound it on the side. As Goggles continues to looks for somebody. Can't find anybody. Now we'll give it off to St. Clair. St. Clair bounce pass it to Goggles. Will drive baseline right side, and she's going to be stepped out of bounds and will turn the basketball over. 1:29 left to play here. Douglas up by 10. Olsen, top of the key, will drive left side and will go all the way as Olsen with 13 points. Lander just trying to keep this within reach here. 21-9. Approaching a minute left in this first quarter. Goggles right side. Loses the basketball for a moment. Douglas trying to create the trap. They do so. Long pass turnover as it is stolen there by Lipe. Olsen. And Sandra St. Clair trailing. Euro step is no good. Olsen will come up with the rebound. Put back shot is in. And just like that, she's already ran out of room on my stat sheet. And as Lincoln trying to get over the timeline, give it off to Goggles. Will finally get it over. Goggles, top of the arc. We'll give it off to Lincoln. Has a 3. She'll take the 3, and that will connect. Kara Lincoln with her first score, field goal to be exact, and that will cut the lead down to 11. 14 seconds to play. Douglas likely to hold for the final shot. Olsen matched up by Carasona. Will drive left side, look to take it herself, and we're going to get a foul, and it's going to occur on the shot. So Olsen will go to the free throw line with 6.9 to play in the first quarter. Like I said, Olsen's already taken up 1/4 of my stat sheet. First free throw is going to be off the back iron and no good. As Kendall McFadden will check in, Hayden Goggles will check out. And next free throw coming in here still, so it's 6.9 to play. Free throw is up and good, and we're going to have a substitution as Verdig will come in. This is just so you can play defense here on the final About 7 seconds here. Inbound will go to Lincoln. 5 seconds. Here is to Mulholland. Right side. Mulholland looks. He'll chuck it to the backboard, and that'll be no good. So after the end of one, Douglas takes a 12-point lead, 24-12. We'll step aside. Be back right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Landver, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Landver, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Broadcasting across the Lander Valley, we are the County 10 Sports Network.
24-12 going into the second quarter. The Tigers led by Lincoln and Mulholland, both with 4 points in the ball game. Lady Bearcat basketball to start the second quarter. Lady Bearcats are led by Lauren Olson with 16 points. Olson will get the inbound, and we are underway here. Second quarter action. Ferdig. Hand off now to Meyer. As Meyer will pass inside to Ferdig. Shots up and good. Makes it now 26-12 here. And stolen just like that. Olsen will look for Meyer underneath. She'll bring it back out. As that's going to be deflected off Lander as Carasota was there on the defense. Douglas, both teams have only taken one three-point attempt. Both had made it. Inside pass, Ferdig matched up by Mulholland. That's a tough task for Mulholland. So it makes it now 28-12. Mulholland, top of the arc. We'll give it off now to McFadden. Just approaching a minute into this quarter. On the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Mulholland to St. Clair, top of the key, matched up there by Parker. Back out to McFadden, pass inside to Mulholland on the cut. That one will go in. Zoe Mulholland with 6 leads the way for the Lady Tigers. As they're going to look for Fertig again inside. Misses the shot, rebounded by Parker. Douglas will reset the offense. Olsen drives in, floater, charity stripe, shot is good. It's already 30-14. Douglas, handoff now to McFadden. Matched up there by Wright. Give it off to Mulholland. We'll look for the cut. No, now give it off to Carasona, top of the arc, back to Mulholland. Matched up there by Fertig. Mulholland to Lincoln. Douglas playing man-to-man as well. Carasona will give it off to St. Clair. Launched a 3 from deep off the back iron, no good. It will end up in the hands of Wright. Wright off now to Meyer. Meyer will try to drive in from 8 is good. As Jaden Meyer is got 4 in the contest. Mulholland's the one who's been bringing it up mostly for Lander. She'll give it off to St. Clair, now to Lincoln on the right side. Lincoln will back up. Now try to drive in, looks for the kick out, stolen by Olsen. As Olsen was looking for Parker, and it is a turnover. Second turnover for Douglas in the contest. Getting some substitutions. Friday's going to check in. We're going to see Goggles check in as well for the Lady Tigers. So the starting 5 out there. Mulholland is playing with 2 fouls already, excuse me. As Goggles will have that stolen. It's been given off now to Meyer for the score. As now Douglas is up by 20. Mulholland will step out of bounds. Turn over for the Lady Tigers. Drew Powell is going to take 60 seconds to talk it over with his team. The score, 34-14. Douglas up with 5:01 to go. And we'll actually just keep it here for you as we got an update in the Lander boys game. Wheatland leads it 17-12 over Lander. As again, Lander is at home. They're on the road to cover the girls. We covered the guys last year here in Douglas. And right now Lander are looking for their second win of the season. And trying to get that over Wheatland here to end the Lander Classic. We won't be back in action until the new year, as Lander will be back for the Rawlins-Pinedale Classic. The Lady Tigers will be in Rawlins. The men will be in Pinedale. We will have coverage of the men this go-around. Catch that on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, as well as our County 10 Sports Network. And next time Lander will be home is January 12th, where they start conference play against Mountain View. Lander will just have 7 opportunities at home. It's not going to be a far drive for Lander either. Regionals are actually in Thermopolis this year. So plenty of opportunities to see both the Tigers and Lady Tigers this season. Lady Cat basketball is cut inside to Meyer on the back door is good. Meyer's got 8. And it makes it now a 22-point advantage for Douglas. Douglas has won the last 5 state championships. As Coach told me about that, I email the coaches before every game to get some interesting stuff. And he's like, we have 5 state championships, but if you ask the team, they would say 6 because of the 2020 season. They actually have state champions marked at 2020s. That's going to be stolen by Lady Cats. Meyer comes up with the steal, but as I say, on their banner of state championships under girls basketball, they have 2020 down, and there's an asterisk by it because Douglas didn't get a chance to compete for a state championship in 2020. Obviously, that was the COVID year. Do have substitutions. Carasona will check in for Lincoln. Inbound for Douglas. We'll give it off to Furtick. She'll put up the shot and be fouled. That's probably going to go against Mulholland. That would be your 3rd personal. Yes, that is on Mulholland. They're trying to get the number. So, according to Cody, it's 5 state championships. If you ask the team, it's 6. As Dagan Reinhardt going to check in next dead ball, or after this free throw, excuse me. As Furtick will convert on the first free throw, makes it now 37-14. As again, Anderson took a fall earlier, and she is suited up on the bench, but still has not gotten into this game, as Reinhardt will get the rebound off the missed free throw. And Douglas will steal it right back, as that is going to be Lei Ewing for the score. Stole it and took it all the way back. Douglas bringing pressure now. Goggles with the inbound pass is looking. We'll give it off now to Reinhardt. Back to Goggles, trying to cross the timeline. Give it off now to Friday, right side. So try to take it all the way. Back out now to Reinhardt. Goggles will swing it off to Carasona, matched up by Olsen. As Olsen almost poked it away again. Carasona will look. Back out to Goggles. Goggles will bounce pass it off to Friday, just trying to get around the arc. Olsen was looking for the steal. Friday will look for Carasona as Friday took a fall there. Got up, and it does appear to be okay. 39-14 your score. Inbound pass for the Lady Tigers after the foul on Meyer. She just picked up her third foul. Douglas with the steal now as Olsen will try to take it herself. She'll be fouled and go to the line for 2. Olsen will get the foul. That goes against Goggles. That should be her second. Sandra St. Clair going to check back into the ball game. I'll be get her second personal. 13th foul of the quarter. Again, the 5-foul rule is reset every quarter.
First bucket's good.
Olsen will make the first free throw already again. That's 16 points.
21.
Substitutions all over the place. Coming in for Douglas. We'll try to catch up. Checking in. Kale Starkey. Got Molly Parker. And also Andrea Lipe. Second free throw from Olsen will go in. Once again, they've been bringing the pressure. Reinhardt almost traveled with it. St. Clair will watch the 3, and it goes in. Sandra St. Clair's first score. And that makes it now 41-17. Here's a shot. That's going to be no good. Rebounded there by Reinhardt. It's been one of the few possessions Douglas hasn't converted on as they get the steal. Olsen trying to go coast to coast with it. Put up the shot. It's good. As Lander just struggling to create the offense as Carasota will lose the basketball. Back to Douglas. Lady Cats have caused 17 turnovers unofficially in the contest. Checking in, number 31, the sophomore Georgia Chance for Lander. 2:55 to play in quarter number 2. Olsen give off now to Starkey. Will give it right back now to Engel. Engel to Lipe, swing it back to Olsen. We'll try to drive in from left to right. Here's a handoff now to Starkey for 3 off the back iron, no good. And rebound will go to Reinhardt, and then we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Lady Bearcat, or the Lady Tigers, excuse me. Your first thought with Douglas is to say the Lady Bearcats. They're actually called the Lady Cats. As you can see on the bottom of the court. On the near side, Douglas comes up with another steal. Olsen comes up with it. And she's matched up there by St. Clair. Olsen now going to take it herself. Floater from 10 is no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Douglas as Parker comes up with it. And it's going to be thrown out of bounds. The last touch there by Chance. And Douglas has the basketball from the sideline. Inbound back to Olsen. Matched up by McFadden. Lady Tigers running a little bit of zone here. Is that shot's going to be deflected? It is rebounded by McFadden. McFadden will bring it up off to Chance, and they're going to get Chance for the travel. So I think Chance was trying to question that call. Either way, turnover on Lander. Back to Douglas, 43-17, approaching 1:40 to go here in the second quarter. Lipe off to Olsen. So try to go between the defense, and we'll put up the shot from the volleyball backcourt line. That's no good. Here's the handoff now for 3 is no good, and then we're going to have another jump ball.
We have a jump ball.
That's right now. Douglas will control the possession arrow. Olsen will inbound it. 1:26 left to play. Here's the pass. Shot is no good. And Sandra St. Clair will come up with the rebound, and Douglas almost creating another turnover. It is a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Lady Tigers as McFadden came up to try to avoid another turnover. Inbound to McFadden, approaching 70 seconds to go in the first half. Chance on the right side. Back to McFadden. McFadden will have that stolen now by Lipe. And back to Olsen. Layup is good.
Nice assist to Olsen.
As Douglas will get the basketball back, but they have a chance to go up by 30 before the end of the half. Lander just trying to get to 20 here. Substitutions will come in. Leia Ewing checking in. Furtick is going to check back in.
For Douglas, number 32, Goggles checking in for
As Hayden Goggles will check back in. Lincoln's going to check in for the Lady Tigers here. 52 seconds to play. As Douglas goes swinging around the arc. Back out now to Engel for 3. Off the iron to the left side. Douglas will get the basketball back, and we're going to get a jump ball as Goggles comes in and tries to cause the jump ball. 39.3 to play. 45-17 your score on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Felipe to inbound. It has a wide open Engel for 3 and will knock it in. 31-point lead for the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A, Douglas. Lincoln will launch a 3, try to respond, and will miss and go out of bounds. And possession will go to Douglas. Douglas has 36 shots attempted unofficially. Landver with just 12. Yeah, most of the time, some of these have been turnovers, which Douglas has been pretty well doing for this classic. 9 seconds to play here. Inside pass to Furtick. Lady Tigers closing in. Back out now to Ewing for a mid-range 2 and will knock it in right at the buzzer as Goggles was going to launch it. But either way, just like that, we are at the halftime intermission. Douglas 50. Landver 17. We'll step aside. We'll get some first half numbers right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Landver, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane & Associates, CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Elevate me.
You're tuned to Landver Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
$50-17 is your score. Yes, you heard that correctly. 50-17. The Lady Cats, are up right now. Update in Landver. Wheatland 30, Lander Tigers 21. Let's take a look at some of these numbers right now. And Lander just trying to get something going here. They've only had 12 attempts unofficially from the field. They have converted over 50% at 58%. They are 2 of 4 from 3, so they've done a better job taking the threes when they can. At the free throw line, though, only 1 trip, 1 of 2. Douglas is 20 of 37 for 54%. Most of those are coming off steals. And we'll take a look at the turnovers here in just a second. 3-point range, Douglas is 2 of 6. They have made 12 attempts. They have shot 12 shots at the free throw line. They have only converted on 8 of them right now. Douglas's biggest lead is what you see right now, 33 for the Lady Cats. Lander has not had a lead in this ball game at all. The turnovers look like this. It's 21-2. Douglas only has 2 turnovers unofficially. Lander with 21. Take a look at rebounds, dead even at 10 apiece. Fouls were pretty clean in the second quarter. Douglas has put 24 points in the first quarter to Lander's 12. Lander only put up 5 points in the second quarter to Douglas's 26 points. So Douglas getting it done on both sides. And again, the number 1 ranked team, state champions 5 times in a row. Again, if you ask the team for Douglas, according to coach, they would say 6. But that's your numbers right now. We'll step aside for another 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll get some individual numbers on this one. You're tuned in to Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport, on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies, one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County, one project at a time.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
Read all about Fremont County Athletics at county10.com.
58-17 your score as the Lady Cats are up against the Lady Tigers. Final game here at the Douglas Classic. Again, Lander won't be back in action until January 5th and 6th. Lady Tigers in Rollins. And the boys will be in Pinedale. We'll be in Pinedale for those games. Again, you can catch every Lander game this season on the County 10 Sports Network, as well as KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. Take a look at some individual numbers. It looks like this. We'll start with the Lady Cats from Douglas. It's led by Lauren Olsen. She has 24 points. Jaden Meyer with 8. Jill Ferdig with 6. Macy Engel with 4. Ewing and Wright also have 4 points in the contest as well. For Lander, it's led by Zoe Mulholland. She has 6 points in the contest. Sandra St. Clair has 3. Kira Lincoln with 4. Kendall McFadden with 2. Kira Friday with 2 points as well. That's the individual numbers of this one, as we got about 3 minutes left to go in this contest. We'll get our student of the week here. It's presented by Wyoming Catholic College. They are proud to support athletics across Fremont County. Their dedication on and off the field is admirable. Find us online at wyomingcatholic.edu. The student of the week for Lander Valley goes to Emma Wynn. It's brought to you by Wyoming Catholic College. Again, you can always check out the student of the week post for Fremont County Schools by going to county10.com under the section student of the week. We got about 2:40 left to go. We're going to take that final 2 minutes and 30 seconds here on the County 10 Sports Network. When we come back, second half action. Lady Tigers looking to just cut into this lead as much as they can. We'll step aside. Back right after this on the County 10 Sports Network.
Right price for every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Redden, Kane and Associates, CPAs is your go-to source for tax, financial, and business solutions. Our experienced professionals are trusted and know the numbers. We're dedicated to providing personalized attention to each of our clients. Whether you're an individual or a business, we're here to help with all your accounting needs. Let us do the math for you. Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Elevate Rehab.
Approaching the second half start, 50-17 your score. Third quarter of play here. As did forget to give Landver their timeout here, so let's give that to them. Third quarter action. Lady Tigers will start with the basketball, going right to left. Douglas left to right. Lady Tigers in their road greens. Douglas in their home whites. Inbound will go to Goggles. Same starting five for the Lady Tigers as Goggles will give it off to McFadden. As Douglas running a little bit of zone defense here. It's going to be stolen by Olsen. She'll put it up and in. That almost missed. Olsen's looking for 30 points. She has 27 already. Lincoln will give it off to McFadden. Can look for Goggles. She does. His verdict was right there, though. As Goggles will give it off now to Lincoln. Douglas running zone, and timeout taken by head coach Drew Powell. He'll take another timeout. It's going to be... Is it going to be a full timeout? And yes, full timeout is the case. Gives us a chance to thank some more of our sponsors. That does include Bailey Tire and Auto, proud supporter of local athletes. Our Fremont County services are located on 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Landver. Northside Body Shop, a proud supporter of student athletes across Fremont County. Give Northside Body Shop a call today at 332-4991. Stop by the shop on 2nd Street in Landver for all of your auto body needs. Your hard work is paying off, and Eyes on Fremont is proud to see you compete both on and off the field. Student athletes have our support. Eyes on Fremont, located on 111 South Broadway Avenue in Riverton. So, just like that, Lady Tigers with the basketball back. Timeout was taken by Landver, so they're down to 3 timeouts here. As Douglas has put up 50 points or more in all 3 of their games this weekend. Landver with the basketball. Goggles inside pass to Friday. Look for Mulholland. Back out to Goggles. Not about a 3. Drives in. Kick back out to McFadden. Looked for Friday. Friday didn't see a possible pass opportunity. McFadden will look. Bounce pass it off to Goggles. As a defender get out of the way. Goggles launches the 3. It's going to be no good. Rebounded will go to Meyer. Meyer going to rush down the court. She'll try to go coast to coast with it and does. Makes it now 54-17. 38-point difference right now in this one. Goggles drives in. Going to be poked out. Stays with the Lady Tigers. As we'll try to get a score here at the halftime for the boys. 29-21. Wheeling leads. We've got a timeout on the floor for right to Tire Shoe. And we're back in action.
Inbound will go to Goggles. She'll give it off to Mulholland. Bounce pass to Friday. Takes the mid-range two. Going to be overshot and rebounded again by Meyer. As Olsen will launch the three. It was looking for the 30-point game. Olsen will get her own rebound and look to put it back up. Can't do so. Back out now is Meyer. Can't do so. Olsen trying to save it. It's going to be finally taken from Douglas, as that's just the third turnover unofficially, as Goggles will put it in. First points of the quarter for Lander. Back to 35-point lead. Douglas swings it around the arc. Back out now to right. Left side tries to drive in. Jump stop. Makes a spin move. Will put up the shots. No good. Mulholland will come up with a rebound and then a foul. As Ray, I think, was trying to steal it while still on the court. So we're going to see Sandra St. Clair check in for Lincoln here. It'll be the third foul for Wright. Inbound to Goggles. Sees the double team coming. Then foul will go against Douglas. And they're going to get Molly Parker for the foul. I'll be here first. Team second. Inbound to Goggles. Douglas looks like they're still running that zone. As right now Olsen closed in. Goggles gives it off to St. Clair. St. Clair going to dribble it now to the right side. We'll have it poked out. Stays with Lander. 5:15 to play in the third quarter. St. Clair to inbound. Inbound will go to Goggles. We'll give it off now to McFadden. Look for St. Clair. Gets closed right away there. McFadden just trying to create something as Douglas double teams. McFadden will roll it out to Goggles. Right side will try to take it herself. Will put up the shots. No good. And rebound will go to Fertig. Olsen looking for points number 30, in and out. Rebound by Meyer, as I believe they were looking for a foul. Meyer immediately looked at the officials for a foul and did not become the case. Olsen inbound for Douglas. We'll give it off for the shot that will go in. Meyer with the score and a chance for a three-point play here. And the foul will go against. Had a couple of Lady Tigers in there. They're going to give it off to Friday. That will be your first personal. Team's first. Three-point play opportunity will go in for Douglas. And it's a 38-point lead for Douglas in this third quarter. 4:36 to play. Sandra St. Clair left corner hits the top of the backboard and rebounded by Meyer. As Meyer will slow it down and get this offense started. And then we're going to have a traveling call. Turnover on Douglas. That'll be their fourth turnover of the ball game. Again, all stats we say are unofficial. Except points. We're usually pretty good at tracking the points here. Inbound will go to Goggles. As Douglas was ready to beat Goggles half court. Bounce pass to St. Clair. Back to Goggles. Will launch a deep three off the front iron. Rebounded to Mulholland. Sandra St. Clair was looking for a pass, and it's going to be turnover for Lander. Olsen trying to take it herself all the way. No good. Meyer with the rebound. Put back shot. No good. And Sandra St. Clair will come up with the rebound. Friday, three. Off the back iron. And fight for the basketball favors Douglas. Meyer was getting up and was dribbling it. As Myers is 4 rebounds away from a double-double. As now Douglas will slow it down here. Olsen drive in, floater shot, no good. Fertig tries to save it, and he'll go to Hayden Goggles. Lander still looking for their second score of the quarter here. 57-19 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. McFadden will give it off to Mulholland. Pass inside to Friday. Nice pass in there. She'll be fouled and go to the line. See if we get that last moments there on the pass. Take a quick look on your replay. It's presented by Myers Gambles. You see just as the pass got to Friday. Nice recognition there by Mulholland. Friday at the line looking for points 3 and 4, but we'll miss the first, so looking for her third point of the ball game. Georgia Chance will check in. Douglas is going to sub 4 new players out, so the entire bench. Fertig will stay on the court. And second free throw from Friday is going to be up, and it will go in. So Lander does make it to the 20-point mark. As the pass goes off, 3-point shot is missed, rebounded by Chance. As Chance will give it off to Goggles. Goggles is going to try to drive in, Urinal step, try to kick out, and they're going to say travel came first before the pass. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Inbound will go to Lipe. Pass off now. Back to Lipe as Douglas will swing it around the arc. Back out now to Engel. Gets the screen. Give it off now to Lipe, matched up by Goggles. Lander running man-to-man defense. Almost stolen there by Lander. Lipe will pass it to Fertig. As that pass was in, Fertig will miss the first shot, get the rebound, and put it back in. And back to a 39-point lead. Stolen by Douglas. As Lipe gets it, pass off now as they're going to look for kind of a pass around, but Douglas will travel with it. 5th turnover by Douglas. Back to Lander. 2:13 to play in the third. As Douglas is ready to meet Goggles back again at the half-court stripe. Chance. Pass it off to St. Clair. Nice pass and one opportunity. Pass coming from Georgia Chance as he will give it off to Sandra St. Clair on the replay. As you see there is Sandra St. Clair will get her 5th point of the ball game. She'll have a chance for 0.6 here if she can convert the 3-point play, and that's going to be in and out. Rebound will go to Fertig. And Lander will stay at 22 points scored. Stolen there by Chance. And Sandra St. Clair will get the score. Sandra St. Clair having herself a nice third quarter. As that's going to go out of bounds. Turnover by Douglas. And Lander's got a little bit of momentum here in this third quarter. And Douglas is going to beat Goggles halfway. We'll bounce pass it off to St. Clair at the charity stripe. Back out to Chance. Launches the 3. That's going to be left short. Friday will come up with the rebound. Back to Goggles. And Goggles is going to be fouled there. And will fall to the ground and is slow to get up. And she is still on the ground. And yeah, took a shot there. Not sure what's bothering her. She's been slow to get up twice today now. And we're going to take a moment here and step aside. Is actually, never mind, we'll keep it here as Goggles gets up. She is probably going to come to the bench and take a second here. Goggles will try to walk it off. Lincoln will check in for Goggles, and they just say it's on, or no, it's bonus. As Goggles is like, oh, I get free throws. Powell's like, you're going to come to the bench. We'll have Lincoln shoot the free throw. So Lincoln's going to be at the line for Lander. So far, 4 points in the contest. Lander has scored 7 points here in this quarter. First free throw will go in for Lincoln. If I am not mistaken, this might be the most points Douglas has surrendered this season. As substitutions all over the place for Douglas. Got most of the starters back out there. Mulholland was trying to get the steal from behind. Got to watch for the foul, though. Then Chance will come up with it, and Friday ends up with it. Georgia Chance causes the turnover as that's going to be stolen by Douglas. Olsen poked it out. Meyer underneath will be fouled by St. Clair. As St. Clair will pick up her first. Meyer will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws here. Meyer 13 points. She is the second Lady Bearcat to have double-digit figures tonight. Fertig is only a field goal away. First free throw from Meyer is no good. And we stay at 59-26. 1:01 to play in the third. Free throw is good. As Lincoln will bring it up here, and we're going to get another foul, and now Lincoln is slow to get up, and the Tigers have had a tough time with players falling down, but they've stayed in it. Lincoln's at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Is the officials will check with Lincoln, and she will go to the free throw line. Just went 2 of 2. She is 3 of 4 today, and now 3 of 5 as the broadcaster Jinx comes in. Well, 56.7 seconds left to play in the third quarter after this free throw. And this Christmas break might be good for Lander, just trying to rest up after this weekend. Free throw is good by Lincoln, makes it 60-27. Olsen, pump fake, drive in, handoff now for the shot is no good. It's rebounded by Lincoln. As that was Meyer, or it was Parker who was there for the shot. Almost stolen by Olsen. Mulholland does pick it back up. Bounce pass it off to Chance. Chance now will look to Friday. Back to Mulholland. Back to Friday. We'll try to drive in left side. Put up the shot for 2, and that takes a awkward angle from Friday, but gets the shot to go in. And it makes it now 60-29 here. 10 seconds to play. Douglas will hold for the final shot. Olsen, top of the arc, matched up by Chance. Olsen, right side, pass off now to Meyer. Put up the shot for 2 is no good. 2 seconds. Mulholland with the rebound. And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. 60-29 is your score. The final 8 minutes of this ball game. Coming up right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
Your home for Fremont County sports. We are KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Approaching the fourth quarter, the final 8 minutes of this Douglas Classic. Your score, Douglas 60, Lander 29. Douglas basketball to start the fourth quarter. As right now, Lander is led by Sandra St. Clair and Kiera Lincoln, both with 7 points in the contest. We are underway here, final 8 minutes of the Douglas Classic. Fertig, give it off now to Meyer. She'll try to drive in, back out now to Parker. Will launch the 3. It's going to be short. Rebounded there by Friday. As it's going to be Chance now with the basketball. Back to Goggles. Douglas will swing it out to St. Clair. She'll launch a deep three and will get in. Landver is past the 30-point mark. Douglas, if I'm not mistaken, has not surrendered 30 points in a game all season. And Sandra St. Clair has 10 points. First Lady Tiger to get to the double-digit figure tonight. Olsen pump fake three, tries to drive in. She'll pull up a shot. It is no good. Mulholland will come up with the rebound. Goggles to Friday. Pass it off to St. Clair. Could have really taken another three if she wanted. Friday back out to Goggles. Launches the three, and that's good. And timeout taken by Douglas. 60-35 your score. It's a 60-second timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll step aside. Back right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Justice Jacobs State Farm Insurance Agency.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network as both teams are going to come out. It was a minute timeout for Douglas. Landver had some momentum going. I wonder if that timeout was just for that reason alone to maybe stop the momentum and kind of regroup. 6:55 to go in the fourth quarter. As Landver put up 6. They did score 12 in the last quarter, matched the team high in the quarters. As that pass to Meyer will go in. First points for Douglas in this quarter. Makes it now 62-35, 27-point lead. Goggles at the half-court stripe, does pick up her dribble. We'll give it off to Chance. Chance now to St. Clair. Back to Chance. Chance was looking to pass it off, and it will be a fight for the basketball. Out of bounds, stays with the Lady Tigers. We'll have the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up. We do plan to talk with head coach Drew Powell here. We got the players of the game, and we'll preview what's coming up. Inbound pass to Friday. We'll put up the shot. She'll be fouled and go to the line. As Goggles was patiently waiting for that to open up. First foul for Douglas as a team in this quarter will go to Fertig. That's her first personal. Friday at the line to shoot 2. First free throw will be up and good. Friday at the line is 2 of 3. Landver as a team is 6 of 10 for the charity stripe. So a lot better performance free throw wise. As Friday's next free throw is off the mark. It's rebounded by Wright. Olsen matched up by Chance right side. We'll try to drive in, put up the score as Chance will foul. Olsen will get the score. And a three-point opportunity here. Olsen now with 28. As Kendall McFadden will check in. Next dead ball with 6:14 to go in the quarter. Mulholland will foul with 4 fouls, so they did not give it to Chance as reaction said otherwise. Mulholland now has 4, like I said. Three-point play opportunity here for Olsen is good. As Douglas is kind of taking back the full court pressure. Now it's just been more half court pressure. McFadden bounce pass to Goggles on the right side. Matched up now by Meyer. Douglas still playing kind of that zone defense here. McFadden bounce pass to Goggles. Drive in right side, and Friday was coming out. Didn't see her, and that's going to be a turnover by Landver. Here's the pass now to Meyer, and that's good. And now she is a bucket away from a 20-point game. Douglas could have 2 players with 20 or more points in this ball game. McFadden will stand far back near the half-court stripe, and we're going to have a timeout taken by head coach Drew Powell. And actually, that was not a timeout by Douglas. That was Landver. They're down to 2 timeouts. A 30-second timeout. Give a big thanks to
Edward Jones Financial Advisor John Shade. It's your local guide to financial victory. Call John Shade today at 335-7722 for a free consultation or stop in at 704 Main in Lander. Work hard, win big. John Shade, a proud supporter of all athletes. Goddard Construction, a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Goddard Construction offers friendly construction service that are always on time and aligned with your budget. Call at 307-851-4517. 67-35 your score. Lander took the timeout as Douglas was closing in defensively on a potential trap. Goggles will inbound it for the Lady Tigers on the sideline. Goggles, inbound pass will go to Friday, back out to Goggles. Almost stepped out, and they will say she stepped out as she was falling backwards. And basketball will go to Douglas. Approaching under 5:30 to play here in this ball game. Olsen give it off to Meyer. She's one score away from a 20-point game. Drive in, right, floater, good. As Bailey Wright will get the score. And Douglas close again to a 70-point game here for the Lady Cats. Stolen by Wright. And she'll lay it up and in. And just like that, Douglas now at 71 points. Lander to 35. Back to a 35-point lead. Biggest lead's been 39. Goggles with the basketball. Two Lady Tigers going to check in. Next dead ball stolen again. This time by Meyer. She'll try to take it herself for the score and one. And now two Lady Cats with 20 or more points. And as Kira Lincoln's going to check in, we're going to have Zoe Mulholland check in. Foul will go against Goggles. That will be her third personal. It will be the team's second. As McFadden and Goggles will check out. Meyer looking for point number 21 here. Free throw is up and good. Makes it now 74-35 here with 4:32 to play. Lincoln will give it off to Friday. Friday will bring it out, and it's going to be stolen by Olsen. Here's the chance for the 30-point game for Olsen, and that will be courtesy of a layup, excuse me. Olsen with another steal. And we'll have it go out of bounds, and we'll be... Are they going to say that's Douglas basketball? They will. Apologies, score was incorrect. Lander has 36. Meyer tries to lay it up and in. That's no good. Rebound will go to Lincoln. As Douglas with another steal. Pass will go to Wright. Tries to put up the shot. That's no good. Georgia Chance will come up with the rebound. And St. Clair will give it off now to Friday. Loses the basketball. Mulholland gives it right back to Friday. Kick out Chance. Here's a three-point opportunity, and that's going to be left short. Out of bounds. Lady Cats basketball. Douglas going to take most of the starters out. As we are in official mercy roll. The clock has started and will not stop, it looks like, from here on out. Thought the mercy rule was 45, but must have been wrong as the clock was continuing to roll here. Ipe, top of the arcs, will swing it off now to Engel. Gets the screen, back out now to Ewing as we're going to see Reinhardt check in, next dead ball. Douglas just kind of playing a little three-man weave here. Engel, they get the screen here from Starkey. Will try to drive in, kick out now to Ewing. Left side, shot up, no good. Mulholland will try to come up with it, and we're going to have a jump ball. That was a pretty quick jump ball on that one. Douglas will get the, no, it will be Lander with the arrow as we're going to see Dagan Reinhardt, and we're also going to see
Noah Kondo, with the first time I believe we're seeing her at the varsity level this season. Chance with the basketball, and we're going to have the benches probably play it from here on out now. Two starters are in for Lander, stolen by Douglas. We approach under 2 to play. Don't forget Bailey Taranado post-game show coming up. If you're tuned in to the live stream, we appreciate you tuning in live. I want to remind you that the Broncos are on KOVE. We're going to see Carasota check in. Next dead ball for the Lady Tigers. There's a drive-in, kick back out now to Lipe. Lipe passes off now to Ewing for a 3. It's no good. Mulholland will come up with the rebound. Final 75 seconds left. Douglas with another steal. Foul first, though. And is it going to go against Douglas? It is actually going to go against Douglas. Foul was courtesy of Molly Parker. And Carasona will check in. Under a minute to play here. Inbound will go to Chance. Thought that would be a backcourt violation, and Douglas will have the steal. That's going to be put up and in by Ewing, and we'll make it now a 78-36 game. Carasona far side. There's the trap made as Carasona will lose it. Another turnover by Douglas created. Dagan Reinhardt will get the rebound after the missed shot. Reinhardt, excuse me. Apologies for the mispronunciation there. Final 15 seconds. They're going to play until the final buzzer. That will go out, and the clock will just go all the way to 0. Again, the clock does not stop after the mercy roll. 2 seconds to play. Chance will launch a 3 at the buzzer. It's going to be no good. And that'll do it. Your final is Douglas 78, Lander 36. We'll step aside for the Bailey Taranado post-game show right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police. But if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Meyer.
This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
8, Lander 36. Douglas right now is undefeated in this one. Lander will finish the Douglas Classic with a record of 1-2 coming up. Recap this game, recap some numbers, and we are supposed to get an interview with head coach Drew Powell, but we will find out. Sometimes it's hard when I ask early in the game, and then sometimes coaches forget. So we'll try our best to get a post-game remark from head coach Drew Powell. Let's take a look at the start of this contest. Douglas would put up 24 points in the first quarter to Landers 12. Douglas would have the lead the entire contest. Second quarter score, Douglas 26, Lander 5. It made it a 50-17 halftime score. Lander had something going there in that third quarter. However, it was the best quarter for Lander. They actually won that quarter 12-10. Fourth quarter, though, Douglas would put 18 up to Lander 7. That would make it the 78-36 score. Overall numbers look like this. We'll start with the Lady Cats from Douglas. Let's take a look. Douglas would go 32 of 63 for 51% shooting. They would only get 2 threes in the contest. They would take 10 attempts for a 20% night. And at the free throw line, 17 attempts, 12 shots made for a 71% free throw shooting night. For the Lady Tigers, it looks like this. They would go 13 of 28 from the field. That was a 46% shooting night, as the Lady Tigers, most of that because most of their possessions kind of ended in turnovers again, but that was Lady Cat basketball. They like to play hard on both sides, defense and offensively, and the defensive turnovers cause points later on. Lander would go 4 of 14 from beyond the arc. They would go 6 of 11 from the charity stripe. That was actually the best free throw percentage all weekend long for the Lady Tigers. They would go 6 of 11 from the free throw stripe. Taking a look in the Lander game right now, as Lander boys trail Wheatland 46-38, I believe, in that one. I'll check here in just a moment. We'll provide updates throughout this Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. The rebounds looked like this. The Lady Tigers actually had the advantage 24-21. However, Douglas had the opportunity with turnovers at 32-8. That's the turnover mark. And again, no lead changes, no ties in the contest. Douglas led the entire way in that one. We'll step aside. Individual numbers coming up right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mattresses and appliances in Landver, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at FremontMotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
See Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that keeps help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Landver, Wyoming.
Fremont County Sports Weekend at county10.com.
The big thanks to Scott Fuller, who's been updating those updates and recaps of those games on county10.com. You can always check those out as well for all Fremont County athletics. Before I forget, next Thursday, Lady Tigers are doing a fundraiser as a team, and I'll be taking place at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. They'll raise funds, and again, that's on Thursday. We'll provide more details here later on. I'll ask Coach to give some more details here later on. As again, I do plan for head coach Drew Powell to come on to the broadcast, but again, we'll wait and see how that turns out. Let's take a look at some final individual numbers for the both teams. We'll start with the Lady Cats. It's led by Lauren Olson with 31 points in the contest. Jaden Meyer was the second leading scorer with 2 points in the contest. Also scoring would be Wright with 8 points. We have Ewing with 6 points, and we have Jill Fertig with 8, and that would be the Lady Tigers scores in this one. Head coach Drew Powell is making his way up, so we'll catch up with the Lady Tigers scoring in just a minute, as well as our player of the game in this one. And let's try to get this connected before Coach beats us up here, and that doesn't become the case. And apologies, Coach, that you can't make it up here. It's kind of a longer climb, so we have to go over seats and everything, but let's put that headset on if we can. Coach, you got me on the headset? Good. Perfect. Well, Coach, you wanted to see your team compete in this one. Would you say that would be the case today?
I think we did. We lacked a little bit early, but it was just kind of that wake-up moment. In the third quarter, we competed probably the best we've competed against a team like that up to this point in the season. And I told the girls there's a lot of good takeaways from this. Not only did we, I think, win the third quarter, which is probably something that nobody's done against Douglas up to this point, but we started really running back in transition on defense. And I told them if you can just be there, that at least gives you the opportunity to, change their shot and maybe not let them make an easy transition layup. And we did that in the third quarter for sure.
Yeah, you guys won that 12-10, but also Douglas, like I said, I've kind of reiterated, and you kind of knew this too, they haven't given up under 30. They haven't given up 30 points in the ball game. You guys were able to do that, and there was kind of that spark you were mentioning in that third quarter. But again, it was kind of another tough one. It's just more of a physical game. How are some of the players going? Because it looked like some of them kind of took a moment to get up, and they fought through it too.
Yep, and I think that just comes down to the grit portion of it. We have a team that actually has some grit on it, and it's just learning to play within ourselves and minimize some of the little mistakes that we have throughout the games. And I think if we can do that, we're going to put ourselves in a pretty good spot. But it just comes down to, at practice, really taking those things seriously rather than maybe not thinking about it as much for the girls and even for me, even though we've gotten into a new system and we're doing a lot of things that are more 5-on-5 trying to get the flow of the game down. We really need to slow down and really focus on some of that footwork stuff and defensively just in transition and some of those other things.
I was going to say, you guys pretty much got pressured all weekend long. It doesn't get more pressure than that, and Douglas kind of, not as much as Cheyenne, but they would create traps on the midcourt. They were creating a lot of turnovers. How is some of the ways to maybe combat the pressure and the front court pressure that you guys have been getting lately?
A lot of that just comes down to our girls knowing what kind of pressure they're getting. We saw 2-1 against Wheatland. Douglas jumped back and forth between a couple different presses, and we just really didn't recognize them yet. It's just going to come down to having some team leaders step up and be able to recognize those things without me having to tell them every single time and then show them what we need to do out of it. But I think that we're going to get there in the long run, and we have youth on our team, and we're just going to continue to get better and make better decisions. And I really think it comes down to just working on the fundamentals of the game right now.
Well, Coach, and this is kind of the weird start to a season. You guys get 2 weeks, and then you guys are essentially off until January, but maybe this might be more beneficial for you guys just to maybe kind of rest up a little bit after the physical weekend. But you guys are going to do some practices, but you guys also have an event next Thursday. Kind of just talk a little bit more about that event.
So we have the free throw-thon. It's one of our fundraisers. If you can, go out and find a girl that's on the team and donate to them. They'll shoot 100 free throws, and if you pledge 25 cents and they make, we'll say 50 of them, you would end up, it's like $7 or something like that. I don't know.
I can do math, but not that quick math.
So it just goes to the team and helping us get food and shooting shirts and sweatshirts, and really it just comes down to supporting the girls. If you can go out and support the girls, that'd be great.
What time on Thursday? Is there a time on that, or?
It'll be after school, so it's our last day of school before Christmas break, so it'll be from 4 to 6 o'clock. But if you could, just reach out to some of those girls that you know that are on the team.
Perfect, Coach. I'll let you get back on it because you guys have a long road trip back. So appreciate your time coming up, and we will talk to you in January.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Step aside. Be back right after this.
For every project, every day, you can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
Going to be wrapping up the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Again, big thanks to head coach Drew Powell for coming up. And like he said, he wanted to see his team compete, and I believe that was the case today. And again, these are the early games of the season. There's plenty of opportunities to get better. And like he was mentioning, next Thursday after practice, there's that fundraiser going on. And again, you can listen back on that post-game interview for some more details. Let's get some final numbers for Landver, and we're going to call it a night here because going to be a long drive back for me as well. We do need to give a player of the game. It's presented by State Farm agent Justice Jacobs. He's there to protect your future and supports Tiger Athletics. Call at 307-332-2530 or stop in on the main office, Main Street in Lander. It will be the player of the game goes to Sandra St. Clair. She would finish with 10 points, the only Lady Tiger to finish with double-digit figures. She led the way with 10 points. You had Kieran Lincoln finished with 7. You had Friday and Mulholland with 6 points. Hayden Goggles would finish with 5 in the contest. Kendall McFadden would get 2 points in the contest. That's the point numbers for the Lady Tigers. And again, big thanks to head coach Drew Powell for taking some time on coming up here for the post-game show. So that is going to do it for us here. Let me make sure I do give you guys an update from Lander real quick. Let me see if I can get that update for you guys. The final, Wheatland does escape with a 4-point win over the Tigers, 44-48. Lander finishes the weekend for the boys. They get 1 win over Pine Bluffs. They get 1-2, so they are 1-5 on the season. The Lady Tigers drop to 3-3 on the season. Again, we are not back in air until January 5th at the Pinedale Classic for the boys. The girls will compete in Rollins. Again, those are January 5th and 6th. That's the next time we'll be on air on the County 10 Sports Network on YouTube, as well as KOVE 1330 AM 1077 FM. Make sure you subscribe as well to our YouTube platform to be notified every time we are on the air. As again, that will do it for us here on the County 10 Sports Network. For the entire County 10 crew, I am Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.